Welcome. This is a special kind of video that we're going to do today, but it is a fun one. My name is Zach. This is West Coast Podcast. It is WrestleMania weekend, and we are here with a video to cover everything for anyone who's visiting the fabulous La La Land here. I'm live from Hollywood. Every week I'm live from Hollywood. Eric and Knock are elsewhere in Los Angeles. We know the city very well. We've lived here for many years, and we wanted to bring this knowledge to you. So I have some stuff planned here. I'm going to go through some slides on if you're attending stuff this weekend, WrestleCon, VXS, whatever it is, WrestleMania, of course, and Ring of Honor. We're going to kind of point out to you where things are here in LA and Hollywood. And if you're planning to do certain things, maybe you don't want to plan to do them really, because things aren't as close as they appear here in Hollywood. I made a map and we're going to go over some stuff here where everything wrestling related is and where some food stuff is and some touristy stuff that you can do. And I'm going to give you some tips and some tricks here on what to avoid and what to actually do, because there's some fun stuff. But just know this, it is expensive and things are far away. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. And of course, this is a live Q&A. So if you have any questions at all, please hit us up in the comments section. Love it already. Mr. All Power, glad to see you. It is WrestleMania weekend. How are you watching WrestleMania? We're going to watch WrestleMania in the comforts of our own home on night one. And then the three of us are going to Inglewood, not Hollywood, Inglewood, to watch WrestleMania night 2. So we'll get into that right now. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Anything LA related. So let's go to the first slide here. Let me know if the music's too much. I can turn it off. This is what's going on all weekend. So you got a lot of stuff going on today, or a few. You got Monster Mania, Pandemonium Pro, Relentless, and there's also VXS, which we will cover when we get to the map. Set in Stone is in Baldwin Park. It is a hike. If you're going to this, it looks like a fun show, even though there's a guy called Mr. Shit. Wrestling, it is what it is, but it is wrestling. Tomorrow, or if it's today, if you're watching this later, you got Santino Bros GCW. I'm very excited for this one. I wish I could go to this one. This is one of the side things that I'm more interested in, just because if you don't know, Eric and Knock did train at Santino Brothers. So a little bit of history with those guys there. Got a lot of stuff there. GCW again with Bloodsport 9. And of course, New Japan and Impact are having their event tomorrow as well, which we'll cover where that is in relation to everything else. Friday, you got a lot of stuff too. ROH Supercard of Honor, we're going to discuss the SmackDown Hall of Fame being at the cryptocurrency arena. We'll cover where that is and everything leading up until Raw on Monday. So let me know if you're going to any of these things. Leave a comment as we get into what is what here in LA. This is the map I have for you right now. You can see the WrestleMania Hollywood logo on your right. There's an arrow, which I probably should have made not white, pointing to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. That is where WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 are. If you look just to the bottom left of it, about 7 o'clock, you can see that is where LAX is. Below that, at about 5 o'clock, that is where the Long Beach airport is. And if you're coming from Burbank, that is past the very, very top. Universal, right there. As you go through the hills, Universal is up there. And then you go into Burbank, past my map here. That is where the Burbank airport is if you're coming in from there. But let's go through this right here. WrestleMania, Inglewood, it is there. You can see some other stuff highlighted here. Just above it is downtown, which is still a hike. It looks close, but it is a hike. And then up towards the top, you have Hollywood. That is where I am right now. Beverly Hills going west. And then the beach, Venice and Santa Monica. It all looks close. I know it does. It is a hike, though, so be prepared. I'm with you, Mr. All Power from Night 1. How close is Disney actually from WrestleMania? Is it close enough to do both? I'll get to that. I got the maps up here. I will come back to that question. I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's get into how close things are for the shows, and then we'll get into some entertainment stuff that we are doing. And you've heard there's been a hurricane in LA. It's sunny here right now, so it might be somewhere else. It might be just north of us. I know they had a lot of bad weather, and we just basically have got the rain. It rained today, so if you did fly in today, hopefully you avoided that. But WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, we just saw on the map where that is. It's so if you're staying around Inglewood, I've never really been to Inglewood, so I don't really know what is exactly around there. We'll get to some stuff on the map here, but it is right in the middle, right there. Even the ROH thing is a bit of a drive, so. But you are going to the Crypto Arena. If we go back to the map right here, if you're going to SmackDown, if you're going to Stand and Deliver, or if you're going to Raw on Monday night, if you look up from where WrestleMania's SoFi, you're looking at about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Downtown is that next square picture right there. So in downtown, that is where the ex-Staples Center, that is where you're going to be watching SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, NXT Stand and Deliver, and Monday Night Raw. That is a bit of a drive. But it's not that bad, I guess. But with traffic. So also up there in downtown, you're going to be seeing WrestleCon all weekend long. And on Thursday night, if you go see Impact versus New Japan, the Multiverse extravaganza, that's going to be at the Globe Theater downtown. It's a cool venue. I like it. It's small, but it is cool. I really do like it. So if you're going to WrestleCon, there's some GCW stuff there too. Check it out. It's not too bad of a drive, but also in downtown, if you're going to Wale Mania, or if you're going to see Undertaker's one dead man show, you're going to the Nova in downtown LA as well. Really quick here, most of these events are going to be at night. Downtown LA is nothing to fuck with at night. So just be careful, walk in groups, and be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you can get your wallets, your purses, your phones, everything kind of in check, and just pretend Debo's coming and tucking that chain. It's not the friendliest place. And also watch out for duty. All right, so there you have it. WrestleCon, WWE events over the weekend are going to be right there in downtown. And just above where SoFi is, if you can see the ROH logo, there are 4 streets. It's the intersection. It is at the, it's right where the bottom of the H is on there. That is ROH is going to be held at what's it called here? This place. If you're going to ROH, you already know what it's called. The Galen Center. That's where you're going. Supercard of Honor, Friday, March 31st, 3 p.m. Pacific time. They are not messing with SmackDown at all. Doors open, so you'll be decent in there. It might be an hour overlap, but check it out. The Galen Center, it is kind of a dead area. There's stuff, but you have to drive to it. There's nothing really walkable if you are going to ROH Supercard of Honor. Tickets are a little bit more pricey than we thought, but it's going to be a great event. So if you are going, check it out. And if not, come back to the station here and watch Rampage live. Mr. Alpar, so excited. It's going to be our second one for me and first one for Knock and Eric. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So again, follow us down below. You got our IG and our Twitter handle. If you are in Los Angeles, hit us up, even if you have questions. And Wale Mania, let me just say, that is like one of the coolest things. I'm very glad that he's keeping going, because it is just like, it's like being in a club with wrestling fans. So good on him for keeping that going. And I'm not going to any of the side events. I don't know if the guys are, but I got a lot of stuff going on right now personally, so I got to just chill and enjoy WrestleMania Night 2. And of course, Wheeler Yuta versus Shibata is going to be awesome. Of course, I'm going to try to find a way to watch Supercard of Honor after we do Rampage, but it's going to be a good show. Let us know if you are going, even if you're not watching this live, leave comments. But again, this is where you're going. This is the big building with not too much around there. All right, let's talk about fun stuff to do. LA is very fun. There's a lot of fun stuff. All right, so there is some stuff in here that I don't have on the map. I do have the Grauman's Chinese Theater up there on the left that I'm going to show you. But what is on there is the Last Bookstore on the top right. It is a fun little bookstore to walk around in. A lot of people just use it to just get cool Instagram photos, whatever, but it is close to Wale Mania. So if you are going to Wale Mania, it is in walking distance. That is the picture on the far right. There's some other cool stuff around there that you can walk to. Just Google Maps and see what's on there. Again, daytime specifically, try to hit up. The Getty Museum on the bottom left, I'll show you where that is when we get to the map. That is kind of way out of the way, and that'll take you a long time to get to. It is cool. I've been there. It is very nice, but it's a lot. Escape rooms. There are escape rooms. There's one on the Hollywood Strip. We did this one here, the Escape Hotel. It's not that great. You can find a better one It's a whole bunch of like doll heads and a bunch of shit you've seen in movies already before. But let us know. If you got a favorite thing in LA, let us know. We're going to get to some cool stuff coming up here. Uzi fan. Eric is so good on Guitar Hero. He's working on more Guitar Heroes. And if you don't know what we're talking about, check out the channel. He's got some Guitar Hero stuff coming up his sleeve. I've requested some songs myself, but I'll let him know some Nirvana. I can play Nirvana. Yeah, that's him doing live Guitar Hero. So love the hair. We all love the hair. Scooby-Doo. I didn't know I liked Scooby-Doo so much until he did that. Laker game. I want to go to one too. We've been to, me and the guys have been to a couple events. We went to a SmackDown there, and we went to a house show there, a SmackDown house show. So very cool arena. Just a crappy name, which will probably be renamed again in 5 years or less. All right, but let's get into some fun stuff here. Back to the map. I can put my pretty little head in the corner. There's nothing there. Just me and the ocean. All right, so we moved on from where ROH is, where the stadium is right there for WrestleMania SoFi. We went up north just a tiny, tiny bit. It is a slight car ride, but it's going to be probably at least 45 minutes to get up to downtown LA, plus downtown traffic. Keep in mind, people live here, people work here, people come and go, and going to downtown and from downtown. People are going to and from, like Burbank and Hollywood, and down to where Disneyland is and everything else with the commute. Please check the times when you are driving in LA. We are going to go up north. All right. Actually, we can go south first. Check it out. Watts Towers and Arts Center. So this is very kind of close. This is going to be an easier car ride for you to get to if you want to do something touristy. It is the next square below where the SoFi Stadium picture is. But it's pretty cool. If you want to check it out, it is cool. A lot of cool photos you can take too, and some history around there as well. So, and you can also enjoy the city, and Compton's close too if you want to check it out. I don't know too much about the area around that. So I know much about Watts Towers and the area there, but anything beyond that, not too familiar with. And we'll get south again of this later on. But we're going all the way north now. I'm just touching this very quickly here. This is way north. This is at the very, very top. You can see Universal Studios. It's just to the right of the Hollywood sign. If you're going to Universal Studios and you are staying around where SoFi Stadium is for WrestleMania, good luck. This is going to take you easily almost 2 hours to get to with traffic. The drive is that bad. Going up through the mountains, if you're going on the 101, again, it is very heavy with traffic. It is heavy with commuters. It is very heavy with tourists. I do not recommend doing Universal, but you know, it is supposedly fun. I've never been there. So Universal, you got Hogwarts, you got the Super Mario Land there. A lot of fun stuff to do there. It's going to take you a long time to get there. If you are staying Monday and you're going to go there Monday and then try to get back for Raw, you have to leave very early in the afternoon to get there. I'm going to tell you rush hour traffic starts about 3. So there's a little inside tip right there on rush hour traffic if you're going to hit up the Super Mario World there. Everyone that I've seen go there to post the coolest pics. I really want to go. I definitely want to check out Universal sometime, but we'll see. I will try to get there. But again, it is very far up there. So let me hit up the chats really quick here. Lucy Fan wants Eric to hit up Smells Like Teen Spirit. I've seen a lot of people. The last job the three of us guys worked at, we saw famous people all the time. So it was very cool. And then honestly, this is a pro tip too. If you think you see someone famous, it is that person. I've seen famous people on walking trails. I've seen famous people in the grocery stores. They live here. So the worst disguise in Hollywood is a baseball cap and sunglasses. If you see someone in there, they either have, very fair skin or it's a celebrity. So almost. It depends. I don't leave the apartment much. I'm kind of a hermit, but almost every day, Mr. All Power. You want to say it? Since he's not here, you can say it. It's me, here with you to cover LA and Hollywood over WrestleMania weekend. Appreciate it, ready or not. Just had to be said. You're flying to LAX with your best bud and your kids for a guy's trip. When you coming, ready or not? I can give you some tips and let you know on some stuff happening. Oh, you're landing tomorrow. Well, thank you for letting me know. 3 p.m. local time. What airport is it? Oh, no problem. I got more stuff coming. So let me know around where you're staying on the map here. Ask questions all through. This is a Q&A. So if you got anything, let us know. And will Universal be packed on a weekday? My kid wants to go to the Mario Land and Harry Potter World. We're flying in from Oklahoma City. Very cool, ready or not. On a weekday, what is this? There's still school in session. You should be fine. Just if you're trying to go, again, to Monday Night Raw after, don't bother because you're going to spend 4 hours there, right? If you're going after, if you're not going to Monday Night Raw, you're good. School is still in session here. We had a bit of a strike for about 3 days last week. They reconciled some issues and school's back in session. So you should be all right. I hope you have a great time in LA. I really do. Again, we got our handles down below. If you have any questions while you're here in LA, or if you're coming at a later time, hit us up. We do respond. You can even comment on this video after it is live. We respond to everything because we love the community. So let's get into it now. I do believe now. Okay, so now we're getting into, if I turn my cam, which I'm not because I don't want to show everybody my living room. It is my humble space that I like to decompose in. Decompose? No, maybe that's not it. Whatever. I like to just be relaxed in my space, but here is around where I live. Well, first of all, Mr. Carlito, yeah, okay. He's around. I do know some other people that have met him around town here too. So from LAX and you're staying downtown. Okay. So if you see, this takes me to get home. LAX. I live up by where we're talking about next. I live in Hollywood. I live in like Hollywood proper. I don't live like over the hills and say I live in Hollywood. So we're going to cover what is 2 blocks away from my place. Not going to say exactly where I live. Again, I do make fun of a lot of wrestlers and I don't want my ass kicked. From LAX to my place, it usually takes about an hour or 40 minutes. It just depends on traffic. So just a heads up, from LAX to Hollywood, you'll be quicker going to downtown. Just you'll be slowing down once you hit downtown. Biggest question is driving. We're gonna get it. Good for you. Get a rental. Good. That's for someone who's used to a smaller city. You're going to pull your hair out and sweat like a mud. The traffic. Let me just say this really quick about the traffic. People are on their phones a lot. That's what pisses me off. I was stuck behind someone eating a fucking hamburger yesterday. Like a big old burger, not like a little McDonald's one where the patty is like, 3/4 of the bun. Be prepared for that. Just have your peripherals open if you're driving. Traffic is, you ever play Paperboy? It's like playing Paperboy. At night especially, please watch out. Homeless people will run out in front of cars, not because they're trying to do anything, because they're crazy. A lot of them are nuts here. And I mean like a lot of bad mental illness here. So just be careful. A lot of people don't know where they are. A lot of people are just gonna be wilding out. It's not so bad when people are like drinking and stuff. It's not like a crazy party town. So, but just watch out. Watch out in the streets. Air Percy Carter, welcome. Let us know you're watching WrestleMania. If you're very nervous with the kids in the car, don't worry about the lanes. My one thing I will say about the lanes on the highway, have any navigation on while you're driving and just start moving over when you get close to your exit. This like irritated me to no end when we moved here at first, because every other state I've lived in, they put the exit signs before the exit, right? Here you exit off, and then down the road from when you exit is the exit sign. So just a heads up, have your navigation on, be ready to merge over. It's not that bad. And also keep in mind, you will not be the only tourist here. A lot of people move here today. They'll move here tomorrow. They'll move here on Monday. There's a lot of new people on the road too, so you're not the only ones. I know it always seems when you come to a city like LA or New York or something that everyone always knows what they're doing. No, most of the people do. The people that lived here for a while know what they're doing. A lot of other people, they're in the same boat. So just be confident in your driving, and honestly, you'll be just fine. From hotel to Universal and then Mania both nights. Okay. Let me know what you do for parking. I think we are going to pay for parking. We had the option of parking somewhere in a parking lot and then taking a ride share. It'd be a 15-minute ride share there or back. But here's the ride share issue. And if you're taking a ride share from LAX or another airport, I'm going to forewarn you right now. Uber and Lyft drivers will wait. They will not take rides until prices spike. So when I go pick up people at the airport, I always ask them if they could just check their ride share and see how expensive it is. Usually a ride share from where I live in Hollywood to LAX is about $60 to $150, $60, $70 one way. So just be careful of that, but you have a car. But just for everyone else out there, watch it. So I think we're going to pay for parking, and let me know if you paid for parking too. It's about $55, $60, $65 around SoFi Stadium. So we're working on that right now. We're going to try to get on the same page of that. But ride shares are going to kill you. So you might be better doing that. Oh yes, we will be talking about places to eat. We'll be talking about that and the fun stuff. Zoe is here. Oh man. Zoe, one of these manias you'll get to. Live through us. We'll have some good stuff. Knox planning on doing a bunch of video recording. Me too. Fat Laces is here. Let us know you're watching. Good to see you, Fat Laces. I gotta tell you something too, Fat Laces, in a second here. Let's get to a couple other comments. How far from Coachella? I do believe I'm like 2 or 3 hours from Coachella, because that's out in the desert. For us to get to Vegas, I think it's like 3.5, but that's a straight shot. Scary thing about driving to Vegas, there's like one gas station halfway, so good luck. Fat Laces, you had that idea about the WrestleMania stuff that we did, the top 10 WrestleMania things. I saw another person steal that from you. They didn't steal it from us because I got it from you. So some other YouTube channel stole your idea 2 days later and said that they thought of it. I know that they watched. All right. Just advice for someone who wants to travel to LA in general. That'd be cool too. I'm gonna be doing that all throughout the show. Like I just said, if you are flying into LA, no matter what time of the year, ride share, Lyfts and Ubers will wait. They will cancel until prices spike, and you will be paying over hundreds of dollars. You might be better renting a car. And we're gonna get into that. Renting a car is key unless you are fine and you got money like that. It takes a bit to get to anywhere. Like you can see on the map where WrestleCon is, just to get to the Staples/Crypto Center where SmackDown, NXT, and Raw are going to be held. That is, I'd say that's at least a 10 to 15 minute car ride with the lights. All these things that seem close are so far to walk, and there's nothing in between. So you're walking between like fucked up buildings and like homeless people and like just nothing. So just keep that in mind when you're traveling. Have a game plan and try to MapQuest some stuff out, which I'm going to try to do too. This is live, and I can pull up MapQuest later on down the episode too if you want. As far as Dodger Stadium from you, oh, I want to see Creed 3. I saw that they did that there. Dodger Stadium is, if you go, I saw it on the map earlier. It's like right above where WrestleCon is. And to the right, I do believe. It's not a bad drive, but again, it's heavy traffic around that area because it is kind of close to all that stuff. Dodger Stadium is really cool too. It is a very basic throwback stadium, but I love being in there. Read a lot of wrestling articles and maybe it inspired me. Hey, you're the originator, damn it. Going to pay for parking just to be close. Yeah, that's a good call. We're going to do that too. Let me know how much you paid for it too. I think we're going to pay around 55 or 60. Oh, we're covering Randy's donuts. Good on you. We'll get to the food. Let's move on right now. Thanks for all the comments and all that. And thank you for watching. If you haven't, hit the like button and subscribe and join this great community. Love this community. Okay. This is cool, right? This is fucking cool. This is very cool. This is 2 blocks from me. This is very cool. This is Grauman's Chinese Theater. I wanted to do this video outside, but the lighting is so whack. I know y'all love looking at my pretty face. All right, look up there where the Hollywood sign is. That's where we're going right now. This is a trek, again, from LAX with no traffic. It is about 45 minutes or an hour drive for me, usually about 45, so. Up there in Hollywood. So that's where we're going next. Let me tell you something. Here's some advice. Here's a pro tip. Let me get my face up here really quick. Here's a pro tip. If you want to do the Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood Walk of Fame, whatever it is, don't unless you have a car. I'm going to go over what is there. It is a lot of nothing. We just had a guest in town this weekend. He said, hey, let's give him the tour. We drove the tour. where I live. We drove from where the Chinese theater is, drove up that block. We drove all the way down to where I'm going to show you there's a record store and stuff like that where it pretty much ends. There's so much nothing in between. There are so many homeless people in between. There's so many messed up people in between. There's so many tourists in between. And all that's in between those are dead spaces, like places that are run down, trinket shops, and maybe you'll hit up a Starbucks or something else in between. There is so much dead space. It is a long walk from where I'm going to start with the Grauman Theater all the way to Amoeba Records. If you're into records, we'll get to that. It's a great record store. Oh, we'll get to Knott's Berry Farm. They have a Six Flags out here, but it's kind of like that. It is like, I think it's called like America's first amusement park. Haven't been there, but they do a lot of stuff. I know like the Snoopy characters are involved. It's like $200. I think my buddy paid, but yeah. $200 for parking? Damn. I know if you go on the website for SoFi, it's like 50 or 60 some. Maybe I read it wrong. There we go. Fat Lace's nose. God, I haven't seen that in forever. I don't know where they did that. They probably did a lot of that in Koreatown, to be honest. And I don't think did I put something over Koreatown in there? Well, just up where ROH is, that's where Koreatown is. That's where I'm assuming that they filmed a lot of that movie. Very cool place, by the way. All right, Grauman's Chinese Theater. This is very cool. This is where they have a lot of the big premieres. They had John Wick 4 here like a week and a half ago. This street has a lot of premieres. This is where a lot of the major movies have their premieres, and we're going to talk about right across the street where a lot of Marvel and Disney stuff premiere. This is very cool. If you have kids, yes, this is cool, but it is a block. It is a block long. It's like right there. This is the theater where they put the hands and stuff in the cement. This is this one outside here. This is a very, very cool theater. If you want to go see a movie, check it out. They do have a great IMAX there. Also, if you want to see a movie, Quentin Tarantino has a theater. He has his own stuff on film. Oh, I cannot remember the name of this theater. Haven't been there yet, but all the stuff in Quentin Tarantino's movie theater is on film, and it's filmed from his collection. So it's a very cool thing. He always has one of his movies playing on film all the time. I know it's on Melrose. I just can't remember it, but it's here. But again, it's not walking distance. This is the other thing. This is across the street. I can see the back of this building from my window. It's the El Capitan. This is Disney's theater. This is on Hollywood Boulevard. You see the stars. It seems really cool, right? It is, but again, this block is it. The El Capitan right now, they got Ant-Man the F out of there. They have a Princess Diaries 1 and 2 thing going on right now. They only usually have 1 or 2 things. If you are going to be there on a weekday, I will say this. They do have a parking lot, and there is off-street parking you can get if you just kind of drive around a little bit. But again, night. This is also where Jimmy Kimmel does his show. So if you're there, ready or not, and you want to do the Jimmy Kimmel show, I don't know if they let kids in, but this is where he does it. So if you want to get tickets, you can do that there. They do have a parking lot in the back, and behind this is where they do the concert summer series and all that kind of stuff too. But this is it. This is it. There's a big thing on the left across the street. It is next to the Chinese theater. So on the right of this is where the Oscars are held, on this same block. You'll see a very tall billboard on the top for the movie Babylon. If it gets replaced by the time this airs, it'll be another Warner Brothers movie, I'm sure, or a Postmates ad. But it's a very tall, slim thing on the top on Highland and Hollywood. This is the street where the Oscars are held. If you watch one of our shorts, I did a short of people, nominees, getting brought up Highland to the Oscars in their black SUVs. So you can see that on our shorts video. It's kind of, you get a sense of where I live, I guess. Oops. But to the right of this is that the Dolby Theater. We saw Mean Girls, the musical here. It's really effing good too, by the way. If it comes near you, go see it. I was very shocked at how good this was. And then to the right of that is the structure where they have businesses and stuff. Like there's a Sephora, there's like a, I can't remember the restaurants. It's chain restaurants and stuff like that. It's not super awesome, but it is kind of cool to walk around if you're in that area. You go up the escalators and you can see the Hollywood sign from the distance. But again, it's shops. So we got those two things, and here's the one fun thing. You can see the Wax Museum behind them right there. This is on Hollywood and Highland. Vince McMahon stars on Hollywood and Highland. You can see the sign on the right there. That is also where one of the trains goes. If you are taking the train, this is one of the stops where you can get out at. And also on there is the Rock Star 2. If you want to check that out, his star, I do believe, is in front of the building, the Dolby Theater, again, where the Oscars are. Vince McMahon's is more on the corner where the religious zealots yell at you. Also, pro tip too, I just found out when moving to California, when you do crossing the streets, they do diagonal crossing too. So if it seems weird, it's normal here. So just a head up. Okay, so if we're going down the other end, this is east of where we are right now. So where I just told you about the Chinese Theater and the El Capitan and the Dolby Theater and Vince McMahon's star and Dwayne Johnson's star, that is in one block. Way east of that is the only other kind of cool stuff. Besides the Wax Museum, there's a better Wax Museum on that same block. It is Madame Tussauds. Behind Vince's head was another one. It's okay. Down the street, there's a Funko store. If your kids are into Funko, this is the place to take them. It is going to be, if you're driving east, it'll be on your left-hand side. It is a big store. They have very exclusive Funkos there. They have also just regular Funkos and fun stuff you can do. You can also, I do believe, personalize a Funko there as well. I'm not too into Funkos, but that is here on Hollywood Boulevard, just down there. But again, you're going past a bunch of crap. So I do not really recommend Hollywood. It seems cool because of the stars and you see all these people and their stars. It's fine. If you want Janet Jackson's, it's on Vine. I think the Jackson 5 are too. But also there is the Museum of Death. It is a very morbid thing. You definitely don't want to take your kids there, but it's kind of cool. I've been through it once. It's a time killer. It is kind of fun, but the Museum of Death, I don't think there's that much money. But the other cool thing is Amoeba Records. They had a very cool spot before they moved. So during the pandemic, they moved. I do like the old place better. Again, this is just off another bus stop. So it's very tourist heavy. It is a very cool record store. That is the inside of the new space there. You got records, movies, CDs, cassettes. You have all different genres. They have them sorted into, they have merchandise, they have shirts, they have baby onesies, they have lunch boxes, they have candles with people like Urkel and Freddie Mercury on them. Totally fun stuff. They have bands here. I think we saw Lisa Loeb at the other location, which was so much cooler. But this one gets pretty packed and the aisles are a lot smaller. But if you're into looking for records, go here, check it out. It's very cool. They do have a lot of stuff. As you can see, I like records. I got some records from the old Amoeba. This one is just, it feels really touristy and I'm not sold on it, but Missy Elliott's star is right in front of Amoeba Records here. All right, let's hit some chats. Thank you again for joining. I do appreciate this. Thought I'd do a little something here. Compton's not how it used to be. So ignore all your 90s CDs, but also don't ignore. But it's not how it used to be or used to be portrayed. Topanga from Boy Meets World, get her name from that state park. Ooh, maybe. Oh, that could be as well. Maybe a big fan. Oh, nice. I do like it. Okay. So you're going to be very close to this Amoeba store. That place, that building does have a parking garage if you're going to go there. Just a heads up. It wasn't mine after about 5 minutes, though. I gotta say. My favorite record. I do like this one. It's Tom Petty, Wildflowers. It's actually like Tom Petty, Wildflowers, and all the rest. After he passed, his wife and daughter put together the album as it was supposed to be. When it was released, Warner Brothers didn't want a double album. So I also have some fun stuff. Here's one of my favorites. Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. I love soundtracks. No, I haven't touched cash in like 5 years. The parking isn't that bad. So most parking is going to be well under $20. This one I think is like $4. There are places that have free parking as well. Also, if you buy something, I think at Amoeba, possibly the Funko store, you'll get it validated and you might not have to pay it all. Again, I haven't touched cash in years. All right, that is Hollywood Boulevard. That is it. Like, that is it on Hollywood Boulevard. This is like a mile I just talked about right here. Those few things are in a mile. One block and one block. I do believe the Funko and Amoeba are kind of like maybe a block or block and a half apart. But That is it. Do not just, if you want to go watch and look at stars and doo-doo on the street, go ahead. Have fun. I'm just saying. I live close to this and I'm going to rip on it. Nice. I should do that. I should. I got a lot of fun records in here. I'm trying to think of other like rare ones. I'm trying to think. I'd love to do that. Yeah, a lot of places will validate. Downtown, make sure you get it validated. There's an Alamo Draft House downtown I like to go to just because I love their food and it's smaller seating, very comfy chairs. So if you are in downtown and you want to go see a movie this weekend, there's the Alamo Draft House. It is downtown. You go through this very winding thing up top, make you dizzy, but validate your parking there. It's like $7 if you validate. They also have very like rare movies too. Like I saw like a lot of throwback movies. This past month they had like a bunch of old Keanu movies like Point Break and Bill and Ted movies there. But validate, because first time I went there I didn't, and parking was like $37. All right, maybe I'll do it. I have like a thick ass Case Logic thing of CDs. So I got that and I got a bunch of cassettes yet. I might just do that. Knock is in the chat. If you have questions, ask Knock. Knock has lived here too. He lives in a different part of LA. He may be able to hook you up with some more information. Yeah, we did. We went to go see Fast 9 or 8, whatever the fuck movie it was. Oh, terrible. All right, let's get back into it here. Again, Hollywood Boulevard is a block. And then it is like a mile of trash. And then these things. So just a heads up. All right, let's get back into it here. The Hollywood sign. If you're going to do the Hollywood sign hike, it is a nice hike. It is a tough hike. If you bring kids, I don't know if you're going to make it to the top. It depends how active they are. But no matter what, if you can, bring snacks, like light ones, so you don't get bogged down, and water. You got to stay hydrated, especially if you go to like Arizona or like Denver. The sun is here. Stay hydrated. But if you do the Hollywood hike, the cool way to do it is go the back way. So there's going to be a point where you can either go left or you can go right. If you go right, you go behind the mountains and you come up and back there. Above the H on the left there, you'll come up and then you'll walk just behind the Hollywood sign. There is a fence there, but you get a very cool pic. I have one. I should have put it up here. But then you can walk up even more and you go to the top where those towers are. That's Cage, but just to the left. It's like free open space. You can see all of LA, and then you can look behind you and see Burbank and all this other cool stuff. So if you do the Hollywood walk, do that one. That is a very cool thing to do. I highly recommend it, but it is tough. You will take breaks, and don't feel bad about it. Part of it will be shaded if you do the back way. Otherwise, you're looking to be in the sun. And right now, what is it? 59 degrees in the sun. It probably feels like it's like mid to upper 60s, but there is a breeze. Yeah, Knock knows it. It is an amazing hike. And yeah, hit Knock up, man. He knows this place. He knows a lot of stuff. He knows Englewood better than I do. So if you're staying in WrestleMania weekend, since he is in the chat, hit him up. He knows a lot. Some love from Zoe. 7 and 9, honestly. Okay, so it looks steeper than it is. It's a lot of trails going up this way. Coming down is actually a little harder. I didn't put it in here, but here's a tip. A very cool spot to go to if you still want to see the Hollywood sign. Since you have a car, the drive, do not let it scare you. Trust your Waze or your Google Maps. You will be going up. I don't know how to explain how to get there. It's called the Hollywood Reservoir. It's a reservoir that's in the hills there, just to the left and down below. You're walking around a reservoir. It's all flat. You can even just do half of it and get to the bridge and then walk back. We just did that this past weekend with our guests. You can see the Hollywood sign when you do it. If you go the full way, it's 3.5 miles on flat surface. Just an FYI, but it is nice. The bridge is kind of the halfway point. You can see a nice scenic thing in the Hollywood sign, and you can look behind and you can see a portion of Los Angeles, kind of like where I live, that you can see. I can also get there by doing a hike in Burbank. That's right. It's towards a spot called the Wisdom Tree that connects to the back of the Hollywood sign. That might even be better. That's a good one, Knock. Some love for Yuzo. All right, gas. Let's just talk about that really quick. Gas prices. Okay. Gas prices fluctuate here crazy, but not in a way that really matters to your pocketbook. It just sucks. If you have a Costco membership, find a Costco, you will save between 50 and 80 cents usually. I've saved between $1 and $1.50 a gallon sometimes. You're gonna pay about $4.50 to $6 for gas depending on where you are. If you see a gas spot that's very expensive, you can find a cheaper one probably a block or half a mile later. Just a heads up. There's one place that is okay. When I paid $4.50 like 2 weeks ago, we passed a place that was $6.20. So if you see something that is unbelievably outrageous, just again hit your Google Maps or whatever you're gonna do and look for gas prices. That's the best thing. Fucking Mr. Braggy McGee, $3. Bring some of that gas with you. Don't bring clothes and everything. Just put some gas in a suitcase and bring it for us. Yeah, gas is no joke here, but I mean honestly, what you're paying for in fees for Uber and Lyft, they really charged up a bunch here. So just so you know, it's not like when Uber and stuff first, or when I started using it when we first moved here, for me to get to like, I don't know, a few miles away would cost me maybe $10 or less. Now that same thing is going to cost me $20 to $35. So that's the upcharge that's going on. Yeah, don't be able to, don't do a Hollywood tour if you have a car. Do your own tour and figure it out. And again, maybe you can use the map that we used today. And again, hit us up. You got our IG, you got our Twitter right here. I forgot our email if you want to email us, but just comment on this video or any of our videos and we'll get back to you. The other cool thing to do up here when you're in this Hollywood area, you'll be able to see it. You'll probably be able to see it from downtown. It is this building, the Griffith Observatory. I haven't gone in yet, but I've done the hike up there. It is gorgeous. You do get a very cool scene. If you watch a lot of sports, a lot of car commercials will shoot the car shot from this spot. Adele just did a concert a couple years back on CBS from here. Very cool stuff. She played with the building in the back and in the crowd, but very cool stuff. If you want to take the kids somewhere, there is a bunch of stuff here. Go on their website. They have a lot of fantastic stuff. I don't have this in the slide, but it's south. It's called the Peterson Car Museum. I'm not a car guy, but I had a blast at this. We spent hours there. They have celebrity cars. They had cars. They had the Batmobile from Tim Burton's. They had one from Tokyo Drift. I know not the best movie, but they had the car from Thelma and Louise. And then they had all this other stuff, level after level, from the start of making motorcycles to how cars are built today, from step one to step end. Very cool stuff. The Peterson Museum, if you want to check that out. Seen a Chevron that was $2 more than the one down the street. Exactly. Check it out and use your phone. Stay away from Arco gas. Yeah, it is. I'm very surprised they don't have a lawsuit against that. I wouldn't even put that in my fucking lawnmower. But yeah, the Griffith Observatory, it is a cool spot, but again, you will have to find parking and you might have to do a little bit of walking. So again, you don't have to hit all this up on your trip if it's WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania 2 nights or 1 night, whatever you're doing, is a lot. So that was up there by the Hollywood sign. Again, let me just go back to the Griffith pick. You can see downtown from the Griffith pick. I can see downtown, well, from where I am. It looks close. It is a drive. So just be careful. Everything seems close on a map, but it's not. All right. Next up, we're going to go where kind of like, okay, if you look below where it says Wood in Hollywood, it says Sunset Boulevard. As it curves down, so Hollywood is kind of like an L. As it curves down, you go past like West Hollywood. This is all on Sunset Boulevard. My next tip here. Some of my favorite stuff, man. The Sunset Strip. I absolutely love the Sunset Strip. The Rainbow Room is like my favorite place in LA. They do serve food there. It is kid friendly. Lemmy from Motorhead used to go here every night and play Miss Pac-Man and hang out. Random story. I knew that when I was in a band and I had to come out here and do some stuff. I put one of our band labels on his Miss Pac-Man machine. I love the Rainbow Room. If you go, there's so much rock memorabilia there. You will see celebrities there. Mostly if you're into old rock, you'll probably see a celebrity there. We saw. I went for one of my birthdays, and there's this for another time. But they do have a WrestleMania banner up above their sign. So if it helps navigate, this is towards the end of the Sunset Strip. Also, if you're into very good steaks, Boa is down here as well. Oh my god, best steak I ever had. I wish that was my picture, but it wasn't. Yes, I was. Maybe one of these days I'll do a video on it or something. I love this place. They have a statue of Lemmy too. Also, you can go right next door. You can go to the Roxy. You can see if they have any bands playing or see a local band. There are parking garages around here, but again, you might find off-street parking. And then they have metered parking on Sunset down here. Across the street, you'll have the Viper Room. If you ever see my picture when we're doing the show on Sundays, 4 p.m. Pacific time, that shot of me is from the Viper Room. Very cool place. I think they're tearing it down at some point and putting up a more modern hotel with a new Viper Room below, but one of these days. It's very awkward. It involves someone from a TGIF show. Just down the street, even more, if you're going west, again, Rainbow Bar and Grill is kind of at the end of the Sunset Strip, or what was the Sunset Strip in the 80s with the hair metal bands that I love. You can come here to the Whiskey A Go-Go, and yes, when I was in a band, we played here. This is so cool. First time we were at a dressing room. Awesome spot. I just saw, he's the guitarist for Mr. Big. Forgot his name, but really good guitarist. Just saw him last year. They have a bunch of bands here too, but they also have wrestling here. So if you are going to see some stuff, wrestling is here. I do believe Microman has his stuff here at the Whiskey A Go-Go. So this is Sunset and Clark. Again, very iconic stuff. Very, very cool pictures of bands there that hang out. Yes, some celebrities still go here. And if you check the calendar, I don't know exactly, what they have, but a lot of bands like LA Guns, a lot of those old bands will still play here. So you can come see them. I know Stryper played here recently. I do believe, if you know who the Bullet Boys are and you're old like me, they played here. Beverly Hills. So if you go down the street, I think if you go past this street, Clark, so if you're going more west and you go and you take a left just after where the Rainbow Room is, you get down to Beverly Hills. So Beverly Hills is very pretty. It is very nice. There is a walking path that you can do. You can go west to east on there. It is just off the road. You will run into this sign. It is nice. It is very clean. They have their own like security and stuff there, other than police. But there's really not much to do either. There's good places to eat there. There's a lot of really good businesses there, but this is Rodeo Drive. I'm not a fan of this. I don't really like name brands and stuff. That's just not me. But this is it. This is Rodeo Drive. If you want to check it out, this is all the shops and the one that goes up here looks like it's a little Hogwarts place. That is it. Again, the rest just other restaurants that you might find stuff elsewhere where you're staying for WrestleMania. So just a heads up, Beverly Hills is fine, but again, it is kind of out of the way of stuff, but yeah. So to bring back a gift souvenir of the missus, it wasn't explicitly said, but I've learned got to bring it back, man. If you're going on Hollywood Boulevard, I guess you can get something there. Just to the left of the Chinese Theater, if you go across the street, is the only like really good souvenir shop. The rest are very kitschy and like whatever. But try to find something fun from somewhere. If you go somewhere, try to get something specific to that. There's something cool looking back. Let me think about that. I'm just trying to think if there's any place you can go. If you go to the Funko store, you can make your own Funko of someone. You can make a Funko of her. I do believe you just need a picture. I don't know if you have to be there in person, or if you got kids, give her Funkos of her kids. That's kind of cool. All right, next up, we're going to the beach, baby. Adam Cole's coming back tonight. Just a couple hours. I'm excited. Not for that reality show. But let's go to the beach. If you are into going to the beach, I got some pro tips for you, because the beach ain't what it used to be. I do love the beach, but again, this is very out of the way. You can see the distance here. Again, just below ROH, that is SoFi Stadium. Going from SoFi to the beach is going to be a bit of a trek. But the beach is nice. This is Venice Beach. It does not look like this anymore. During the pandemic, this got bombarded with homeless people. They started overtaking it. A lot of people that have houses and condos here moved out because it just got so overran by it. You can see a couple here. It used to be so cool to people watch and go down, but there are a lot on the walkways. So it's not what it used to be, but the beach part is pretty decent, and they do have a really cool skate park that a lot of kids get into. That place, the bums know not to go near because it's a kid spot mainly, but good skaters go there. Some pro skaters are there sometimes. Here's another thing. I randomly see Tony Hawk skate around town. Keep your eyes open. He just randomly skates around town. So keep your eye open for Tony Hawk. I'm talking about Hollywood. So, but Venice Beach, it ain't what it used to be. But you can rent bikes and two-person bikes and like other stuff all along the beach here. I think there's places called Perry's every like half a mile that you can drop the bike off at if you want. Parking here, you're going to be paying between $10 and $30 just off the streets. But the other cool thing though, if you do Venice Beach, you just keep walking, you keep going. It's not a bad walk really for kids. You can hit Santa Monica Pier. This is a very cool spot, especially for kids. They have arcades, games, all that kind of cool stuff. I do like it. This is a very family friendly spot. There are places to eat around here too. There is parking. There are parking garages just like blocks away and walking distance. There you go. Some merch for wrestling, baby. Oh, okay. Let me just say this though. GTA 5 did a very good job of being Los Angeles. It is so good. Even the conversations, if you listen into the people, they did such a good job. It is GTA 5. I actually played GTA 5 when I first moved here, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the Capitol Records building. Okay. You can, Zoe. It's legal here. It's very cool, especially the sunsets here. They're so gorgeous. But this is Santa Monica Pier. It is very cool. You get the rides. You get the corn dogs, your deep fried whatever stuff. It's a mini carnival that is very family friendly. So if you want to do this is a very cool thing. We'll touch food in a little bit, but Neptune's Net is around here too. It's a bit of a drive from here too. It's probably at least 30-minute drive, but it's decent driving. But that's where in the very first Fast and Furious movie, Paul Walker and Vin Diesel sit down and they have that talk. But no problem, ready or not. I think we're almost to that point of food. We're gonna get to a couple of amusement parks here very quick. So let's go down beneath the WrestleMania Hollywood sign. These are the two places if you want to hit up if you have time. Again, if you're doing any wrestling events, do not or Disney. The traffic is going to kill you and you're going to miss a bunch of the wrestling. So do not go to Knott's Berry Farm or Disney or Universal if you are hitting up wrestling events that same day. Oh, hands down, Knock. Hands down. Cannot be beat. Knock, did you go to Neptune's Net? Good stuff. Disneyland, very fun. Check out the passes and everything like that. I've never been. I know everyone else that I've known has gone. Knock, I don't know if you've gone, but check out the passes. A lot of people say the fast passes are worth it. That's about all I can tell you about Disneyland. I have not gone. You're just going to find all your information out online. And again, it is where it is in relation to SoFi Stadium in downtown. You can just hop on the 5 and go. And again, keep that in mind. If you are traveling from the north down to the south, a lot of people work up north and they will take that highway. So it does get congested near downtown and all those other areas. Knott's Berry Farm is the other one right there. It is more of a homegrown kind of amusement park. They do have like Snoopy stuff. If you come during Halloween, they have like nice family-friendly hay rides and like scary stuff. More so like Great Pumpkin and Charlie Brown kind of stuff. But I haven't been there, but they do a lot of good stuff. Knock, we'll hit it up. It's really good. All right. Let's talk food. Knock. You like food in LA? Give out suggestions. I'm not going to give specific stuff about food because there are so many good spots. I did put a link below. If you look in the description, I did put a link. I think it's from Time Out LA. It has like 19 staple places that are actually good in LA. All these places that I have up here are all spread out. None of these are near each other. Randy's Donuts, which Knock pointed out, thanks for that, because I got a slide for today with them in there. This is near where Knock knows about. And if you are staying anywhere near SoFi Stadium, Randy's Donuts is near you. Asuka and Liv Morgan went there today. They have WWE specialty donuts. And let me just tell you, I live near Trejo's Donuts, Danny Trejo's Donuts. He also has a taco place. It's okay. It's good. It's good. It's LA. The tacos here are just on another level. Trejo's Donuts, spectacular. Other donut places, spectacular. Randy's Donuts is it. If you need breakfast before WrestleMania, go to Randy's Donuts. It is they're the very basic, but they're done to perfection. They're so good. So what kind of food? Maybe Knock and I can give suggestions. Mexican food and Korean barbecue are must-haves. Knock, I need a Korean barbecue spot someday. Let me take my face off here. All right, if you are up in the Hollywood area, you have Carney's. That is more in the middle between the Chinese theater that we talked about and the whiskey. So Carney's is in the middle there. That is it. It is that train car, but it's very basic, like burgers and fries and stuff. Pink's is not too far from where I am. It is on La Brea. It is just a little south of the Chinese theater. It is the most, I don't want to say it's a basic hot dog, but again, it's done to perfection. It's how I put Randy's Donuts as donuts. Musso and Frank's, that is a go-to steak spot if you're up on the Hollywood Boulevard area. Cantner's Deli is dynamite. That is, I think it's on the Brea again too, but I can't tell. Cole's French dip sandwiches. This is closer to downtown. If you're downtown, this is a old school deli diner type place. Cole's French dip sandwich, so good. If you are downtown, they do have parking. We parked just a few blocks away. Again, when you're downtown, just watch yourself. Not that's like super dangerous, but it's just mainly stepping in doo-doo, I guess, anywhere. Good stuff. El Coyote is a classic spot. Oh man, again, hit us up if you want to. Instagram, Twitter, comment on this video. Let us know where you are, what kind of food you're into. Let me just say this about food here really quick. Wherever you're going to stop, if you're not sure, I would say if you're not familiar with LA, because there are dive places that I know I like and I know Knock likes as well, their star rating isn't as much because maybe some like gentrified assholes just like, oh, they didn't have paper straws, 2 stars. Usually if it's an LA spot, if it's not above a 4, I try to avoid it. But most hot spots that you're going to find that are in LA are going to be a 4 or above because people get what it is. If it seems like a dive and it's got above a 4, it's because the food is it's so good. Let me talk about In-N-Out Burger really quick. In-N-Out Burger is good. I really like the burger. Check out their secret menu online. They have a secret menu. So like I usually get a double-double. Their fries are kind of crap. I'm not a big fan of them. But I usually get a double-double monster style. Monster style is so they throw on like their Thousand Island stuff. Look up the In-N-Out Burger's special ordering system. Because if you go there, it's like 5 things and that's it. Like seriously. But the burger is fantastic, and you will see celebrities at an In-N-Out Burger. There's one, if you're doing the Hollywood Walk of Fame, there's one 2 blocks south of the Chinese Theater. Fat Burger is pretty good. I have not had Whataburger yet. Actually, if you are doing the Hollywood Walk of Fame on that same block, I think just a couple doors down from the Disney movie theater, there is a Whataburger. I do believe they put one in there. I'm looking for hipster vibes. Any craft brewery recommendations or a nice gastropub? I don't. A lot of hipster vibes. If you're in Hollywood, if you go down Fairfax, that's kind of hipster. Or if you go more east from Hollywood and you go into the Silver Lake portion, I would send you to Silver Lake. I know they have breweries there. It is a very hipster area, but it's not like Fairfax is more hipster. I live in a city hipster. Silver Lake is more hipster. I'm almost ready to settle down, kind of hipster. But I know they have like good breweries, a lot of coffee shops, and just regular restaurants with good food. So Silver Lake is where you want to go for that stuff. Chicken tenders, yeah. Raising Cane's, very close to SoFi. Nice. Raising Cane's is huge out here. Good burger and fries. If you are going to do the Hollywood walk too, there is what is it called? I forgot. There's a hotel. There's a hotel right here. It's a big, tall hotel with a red sign, and they have good burgers. You can walk in. It's the door is on Hollywood Boulevard. They have really good burgers. God, there's so many good burger places. Let's see if I can think of another one. The fried chicken from Roscoe's, like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is in the WrestleMania picture still. Do we know why he's in the WrestleMania photo? He's still in the WrestleMania photo. I don't know why. Yeah, the Roscoe's. There's one on, if you go down Hollywood, past the stuff I showed you, past that music store, and then there's I forgot what the other one is, but all right. Let me take me out real quick. I gotta check out the name of this hotel. Hotel Roosevelt, that's what it is. Hotel Roosevelt, they have very good burgers as well. More pro tips from Knock here. There's a Roscoe's about a couple miles away from SoFi. Actually, right next to Randy's Donuts. Nice. The Hollywood one's your favorite? Okay, I gotta go there sometime. I went to whatever the other one is. That's kind of close to here. All right, so that's what I have so far. That is it. Let us know if there's any other questions that you have for coming to LA, for coming for WrestleMania, for coming for WrestleCon, for coming for Impact versus New Japan. Food I could go on forever about here. They have so many good ramen places and sushi places. But again, here's the list of things going on this weekend. If you are around LA or Hollywood for WrestleMania weekend, if you want to check out some stuff, Knock, check it out. Santino Bros and GCW tomorrow night. Uh-oh. Zoe's mouth tripping. Zoe, hit us up if you come to LA. Oh, man, I love ramen. Had some good ramen last weekend. Again, if you are in the LA area, hit us up. We have all of our handles down below. I forgot our email, but it is something at Gmail. But if you hit up any of these videos too, we'll hit you back up. That's kind of it. So things seem closer than they are here in Hollywood and LA, but they are a trek. Everything seems close, but it's a pain in the ass to walk. So the fact that you got people renting cars, that's good. Rideshare is good if you only plan on doing a few things. So if you plan on like hanging out around your hotel or hanging out around SoFi, that's cool for ride shares. But if you're going to do any of this other stuff we talked about or go anywhere else on this map here that I have, it's going to cost you buku dolore. Again, do not do Universal, Knott's, or Disney if you are going to a wrestling event that same day. The driving will take up so much of your time. You'll either miss some of the wrestling of the event you're going to, or you are going to basically waste money spending half a day at an amusement park. I do believe that's kind of all I have here for anyone. If you got any other questions, let me know. VXS Set in Stone is in Baldwin Park tonight. If you're going to that, I know our guy Monty, who's been on the channel, is going to that. That is in Baldwin Park. That is way, where am I going here? Opposite. That is way past where that duck is. See that stupid fucking duck? It's up and to the right of there. So if you are going to VXS, that is nowhere near it yet. VXS's advertisements say it is in Hollywood. Yeah, not when you're over like 40 miles away. So again, a lot of places are advertising that they are in Hollywood, that they are in LA, but a lot of them are not. The ones I have on here, especially WrestleCon, if you're going to Impact, ROH, and of course WWE, GCW, those places are in LA, minus WrestleMania. It is actually in Inglewood, not Hollywood, but you got to have the gimmick and you got to work the gimmick. But let me know if you got any other questions. I do believe Dynamite's starting in 55 minutes. And then after that, All Access, the real reality show. Let me know if you're watching. Ready or not, let me know if we helped you out. And if you have any questions, ready or not, again, hit us up on social media or just comment on this video. I'll be checking it out all weekend. If any of you out there have any questions about your trip while you're here in LA for WrestleMania weekend, let us know. We'll hit you back up, and we will be at night 2 of WrestleMania. So if you see us, come say hi. We'd love to know who's watching us. We'd love to see you and just interact because we love this community so much. So that is it. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for partaking. Knock, thanks for joining in and helping out. We're going to enjoy all that wrestling Hope you enjoy as well. I'm going to stream Rampage Friday night. I have some trivia about wrestlers doing Hollywoodish stuff, but not the mainstream ones that we all have heard before. I don't know if I'm going to do anything for Stand and Deliver. I might. And then I was thinking of doing an ROH predictions video tomorrow. If you guys are interested in that, I can do that as well. We love LA too, and that's what we want to get going here. Some conversation here about LA, about stuff to do. Again, my favorite spot is the Sunset Strip, but it's very small. If you're going to do the Sunset Strip, there's very cheap parking on Sunset Boulevard. There's this very weird, it's not a square, but it's a very weird shape, electronic LED board. They do put WrestleMania Hollywood signs, advertisements on there. That parking lot is about $4. And you can walk up and down Sunset Boulevard, more down towards the Sunset Strip if you want to do that. You got it, Mr. All Power. Air Percy, thanks for joining in. It's me. Let me know in the chats or in the comments after this video goes off if there's any other questions you have about LA, or if you really do want us to stream something. Again, I'll be doing Rampage Friday night. I can do a predictions tomorrow night around this time. For ROH Supercard if you're interested in that, and I might possibly do Stand and Deliver live. I just don't know. We'll see. If I'm feeling a little giddy and if enough people want to do it, maybe I'll do WrestleMania Night 1 and see if the guys want to join in. But we'll see. We're playing it by ear. Just have a great week enjoying wrestling, WrestleCon, GCW, ROH. You got AEW tonight, and of course WWE all week long, which is making this WrestleMania week happen. Man, this is the week. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I'm just leave this up here with the music in case you want to check it out anymore. This is the map of where everything is. Distances are deceiving, folks. Have a great WrestleMania week. And be excellent to each other.